right? So the three major components in the banking system are the bank, the payment processor, and the merchants. I believe we all know. I think it would be fair assumption to say that every person that we have on the call here has a bank account. Is that right? Can I get a thumbs up on that? Or I got one thumbs up. Rest people are not on their videos, so I don't know. I'll assume that's a yes. Okay. So, and you may have one bank account, even or at times even multiple bank accounts, right? I'm guessing you may have some credit cards as well or debit cards, right? So, and you use them for your shopping, for your daily needs and whatnot, right? So there are some people, I'm pretty sure, who, like my parents, for example, they do not want to have a credit card or a debit card. They don't believe in that. They still believe in the cash system. So for such kind of people, which is, I believe, it's a very small number, for them, this whole equation of the components in the banking system, it's very simple, right? They go to the bank, they go to the cashier, withdraw cash, and they go to those stores and they do the shopping and whatnot, and that makes them a happy camper, right? So it's simple for them. But for majority of the folks, when you go and swipe your credit card or a debit card, or even for that matter, you use your checks to make payments for certain things, right? There's a whole lot that goes behind the scenes. The banks generally don't uh, cover for that on their own. They generally have partnerships with these companies called payment processors, right? What a payment processor does is that they do the validation of that transaction. They verify and validate that if I'm swiping, let's say at Macy's for a transaction of worth of $100, do I have that money in my account? If it's a debit card or if it's a credit card, do I have does my line of credit support that kind of balance, that kind of transaction, right? So they do the validations and verifications in the background, and they approve or decline the transaction at times. I'm pretty sure a lot of us people have faced those declined transactions, right? So either that's because of security or because there's like you don't have enough line of credit or you've already maxed out a line of credit kind of things, right? So those kind of things happen. And that is generally not from the bank, it's actually coming from the payment processor, which I love to call them the middleman, right? So um, it is these three pieces are very important before I dive into the rest of the discussion here. Because if you have a good understanding of this, then you'll have more context around what I'm trying to kind of convey here. Okay, so I believe uh, with this context that I've shared, I want to kind of share a very unique experience of mine, which I had while working with one of the major banks in the country. And the reason I'm calling this experience very unique is because this was where I got the experience of two different organizational perspectives. Generally, when we talk about perspectives, we're talking about individuals, like somebody made a comment or somebody had an opinion about something, well, that's their perspective, right? But when you're dealing with organizational perspective, I think that's a whole different level, right? So being in both the states, both situations, I actually was able to understand both the perspectives, and I believe both the perspectives were right from their standpoint, and none of them were wrong.